I heard you say, if I could see something. Did you mean there's something you would want to look at in order for you to respond meaningfully, or did I misunderstand you? I'm asking because if there is something you want to see, perhaps you should articulate that fully so that you are afforded an opportunity to see that.
Thank you, Chair. The document I wanted to see was the application that Advocate Ramsamy would have submitted towards this authorization. I just wanted to see if, in fact, in that document, she stipulates anything about the link. But we can do that in an adjournment, and I can come back to that point.
Yes,
but
yes.
I do take Commissioner Khumalo's point and agree that beyond that, I can take it no further. It is as it stands at the time.
All right, when we resume, perhaps then after the tea adjournment, you should indicate if you want to revisit this point or this issue.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Can I say though, Advocate Johnson, that the linking of these names to any specific factual allegation would not be in the submission from the prosecutor. It would be in whatever submission was made to you by Chief Perumal. So the one that gives to the prosecutor, Ms. Ramsamy in this case, you already have been told these people are implicated. Otherwise, it would defy logic and how you reasoned this, that all you got was a list, and then you didn't ask Chief Perumal. If this was done verbally, if this was done verbally, you did not, you had nothing in writing. If you don't have it in writing, in which case I would expect you to give us whatever submission Chief Perumal gave to you, which must explain why he's giving you these names, who are these people, how are they implicated, and then you give that to the prosecutor to say, include this in your application. Or he told you verbally why these names must be included in that list, or why are they relevant. So it seems to me that the answer doesn't lie in the prosecutor's submission to you unless you say to us, I did tell the prosecutor why these names, how are they implicated and why they should be in that list, So you would be looking at the wrong document, it seems to me. And I'm not saying don't look at it. Maybe the answer does lie there. But in my thought process, whoever gave you the list must have said to you, this is how they are implicated, for you to be satisfied that indeed they should be included in this list. And you've heard what we say about the power that authorization you gave, what it imposes and the burden that it imposes on those people. So with that preface, did you discuss or ask Chief Perumal when he gave you this list, why these people, how are they implicated?
As I indicated this morning, Commissioner Baloyi, I had no independent recollection, and so I don't want to venture a guess whether or not I even had a conversation, except that when the list was given to the prosecutor, there was no reason why she may not have, I'm not saying she did, why she may not have had an engagement with Mr. Perumal as they were part of that team. But that is mere speculation. And I do take the point that you make.
The difficulty I have with your answer is the question yesterday on this topic was, you were going to find out where did you get this list from. Yes. And logic dictates to me that once you were told by Ms. Ramsamy that you told her that you got it from Chief Perumal, that's who you would speak to. That's my expectation. And I know it's a fair and reasonable expectation that once you were reminded Because that's all that Ms. Ramsame seems to have done for you, is
Yes.
to remind you that, no, you're wrong, it didn't come from me. I got it from you, and you told me you got it from Chief Perumal. You have to explain, why did you not ask Chief Perumal? Confirm I got this, because we know you've been talking to him. You've been asked as you were testifying some questions, and you've come back and said, I've spoken to Chief Perumal. On this question, the expectation, and I don't know why you wouldn't have done it, is once you were reminded, you would have called Chief Perumal and said, remind me, did I get this list from you? He says yes. Then you say, especially because I said to you, it appears like an abuse of power. And in the light of that, I would have expected you. Why did you say to me, these people are relevant? Can you just explain why you did not speak to him about this, so that you give us a complete answer? Because it's not helpful. In fact, it doesn't take the matter any further for you to say, I spoke to Ms. Ramsame and she said, I told her it came from Chief Perumal. Well, we're exactly where we were yesterday.
Correct.
So why did you not speak to Chief Perumal, ask him, confirm you gave me the list? And then the next logical question, because of yesterday's discussion, would have been, where did you get these names from? How did you go about getting them? Why did we include them? Can you just explain why that did not happen?
I did speak to Mr. Perumal,
Okay,
and Mr. Perumal has no recollection
okay. That he gave you the list.
that he gave me the list. I said to him, I conveyed the message of the prosecutor, and he conveyed to me he has no recollection of having given us or given me a list.
Okay. I guess let me leave it there for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. I would like us to consider, in relation to the issues under discussion now, the position you assumed before the ad hoc committee. And for that purpose, I would like to refer you to file 3. And in particular, if we could go to page 559. That is CJC 375, which starts at 523. That's a transcript of your testimony before the ad hoc committee.
Sorry, Counsel, you want me to go to page?
559. Now, let's start, it's not numbered, the lines, but you see the line that reads the committee adjourned for lunch.
That is correct.
I want to pick it up from there. Advocate Arendse says to you, we are dealing with a referral by Mr. Adams in terms of section 27. You said that apart from seeing him on television screen, you do not know him at all. You say that is correct. You did not receive the referral yourself when it was received by IDEC. That is correct. What is the date of that referral? The second week of November 2024. So before ad hoc, you suggested that you didn't receive the referral affidavit from Mr. Adams. The last 2 days before the commissioners here, you indicated that you received it and you actually triggered an internal process resulting in a section 2813 application for a preliminary investigation.
Correct.
The two are contradictory. Which is the true position? Is it what you stated to the ad hoc committee or what you are stating to this commission?
I took the question at the time to mean that I received it from Mr. Adams. That is why I prefaced it as I did by not knowing him. My office did receive the section 27. That is the position. I received a section 27 deposed to by Mr. Adams and dated the 21st of November 2024.
But how could you so understand when Mr. Arendse's question is very direct? You did not receive the referral yourself when it was received by IDEC. That's the question.
I did receive the referral.
And your answer to the ad hoc committees, that is correct, I did not receive it.
That's what I took it to mean, that I did not receive it from Mr. Adams, but I did receive the referral.
Where then did you receive it from?
The referral, when it came in an envelope to IDEC, to the officers, through the normal document receival process, and then it was submitted to my office.
Okay. So you received it from IDEC? That's what you wanted to clarify to Mr. Arendse? Didn't receive it directly from Mr. Adams by hand, you received it from IDEC?
Correct.
Okay, your engagement doesn't go that far. But let's move on. Yes,
Are you
Commissioner.
leaving that page?
I am not, I'm staying with
Yes,
the page.
no, let me leave you to do
All right.
it.
Now, the second leg of your engagement with Mr. Arendse on this issue, towards the bottom of that page, Mr. Arendse says, you are not aware of Mr. Adams also referring this matter to the National Commissioner of Police, the National Commissioner or the Minister. You say, no, not at all. Do you see where I'm reading?
Yes.
But we know after engagement yesterday that MK16 tells us otherwise. Your entire basis for being persuaded by the referral is precisely because you said these issues had been raised with the minister. The minister or the minister's office had purported to refer this matter to you in terms of Section 27. We had quite a lengthy engagement, and you too, with the commissioners about what was the complaint to the minister. We suggested that it related to interference and interception. You insisted that it related to what is contained in the Section 27. Going with your understanding, then it can be correct that you did not know that he had complained to the minister, because we know our annexure MK16, which you confirmed you received, and you responded to, although you don't quite recall in what terms, tells us otherwise.
That is correct. At the time, I did not recall receiving anything from the office of the minister.
So why didn't you say, no, when did you say, I don't recall? You definitively say, no, not at all.
Not at all. Correct.
So what was ad hoc to believe? What if ad hoc believed that statement? You intended for ad hoc to rely on that statement.
That is correct. I did not recall remembering, that's stupid English. I did not recall receiving that from the office of the minister.
Yes, Commissioner.
You see, Advocate Johnson, your testimony yesterday was that IDEC received the minister's letter, and
Correct.
the minister's letter was unhelpful. And you instructed Perumal to get an affidavit from Adams. Now, that's completely different to what you said to the ad hoc, because the impression you are creating here is that it is Adams who came to IDEC, and this thing landed on IDEC's desk, when in fact yesterday we agreed that based on the minister's letter, or rather the letter from the minister's office, it is IDEC that reached out to Mr. Adams. So which is which now? Because here, it's Mr. Adams who's coming to IDEC, but yesterday you were quite clear that it's the minister who came to IDEC. The letter from the minister was not helpful. You then instructed Perumal to reach out to Adams, and that's how the Section 27 affidavit came about.
That is the correct position, yes. Commissioner Khumalo. When I say that Mr. Adams came to IDEC, it is Mr. Adams who wanted IDEC to deal with his matter. But the position, as I indicated yesterday, is the position of having first received a letter from the minister. I did indicate that there were no attachments. I therefore asked Mr. Perumal to please engage Mr. Adams, as Mr. Adams wanted IDEC to deal with his matter.
Okay. So, and then the last engagement on that page, your response to the ad hoc gives the impression that Mr. Adams's referral landed on your desk in the middle of December 2024. Now, that cannot be correct because on the 6th of December, you gave the authorization, the Section 28, Sub 13 authorization. So it cannot be correct that the referral landed on your desk in the middle of December 2024. Because that is the question. Advocate Arendse says, after the referral in November, when did the matter land on your desk and what work would have been done on it? So the question, although it's 3 questions in one, it is specific. When did the matter land on your desk? And your response is, at the time I received it, it would have been the middle of December 2024. That was incorrect, what you told the
This
ad hoc
is incorrect,
committee.
yes.
Because already by the 6th of December, you had had engagement not just with Perumal, but also with the prosecutor.
That is correct.
Because you would have, by the 6th of December already, looked at the application from the prosecutor and formed a view that you are going to authorize investigation into those 12 people that we mentioned earlier.
That is correct, Commissioner Khumalo.
Thank you.
But the question is, why did you say to the ad hoc committee that you received the Section 27 in the middle of December? Why would you say that?
At the time, Commissioner Baloyi, that was my recollection. In coming to
Yeah, carry on, sorry.
In coming to this commission, I had to affirm myself properly with all of the facts. I'm not saying that the ad hoc was not important. I didn't go through all of this detail with my team when I went to ad hoc.
But you would have prepared to go to ad hoc. I mean,
Yeah.
I suspect they will be deeply offended if they are to understand you to mean you went to that committee without preparing and looking at your records on this matter. So I must assume that you prepared when you went there. You knew what the issues were. There are terms of reference, as in the question that they are required to deal with, are not very different from what we are dealing with here. So you knew that the referral and your investigation and your arrest of General Khumalo and what General Mkhwanazi said on the 6th of July were at the heart of what they are investigating. So I cannot conceive of a situation where you did not go into your records of how this started. These are what culminates in prosecution. Where did it start? I can't, it's difficult to accept you saying, I did not remember, when in fact a lot happened before the 6th of December. A lot. You activated things. You received a Section 2813 application. You authorized things to be done before the 6th of December. How can you make a mistake? How could you genuinely make a mistake that you received this referral middle of December? It's improbable that's what happened. It's improbable that you did not remember that you received this in November already, before the middle of December. In fact, here you say middle December. We know it's much earlier that you are actioning and making demand, and making demand and signing those documents for people to be investigated. It's improbable that you didn't remember it. You can comment if you have any comment, but that's my view. It's just unbelievable that you did not remember when you answered the question.
I take your point, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. And staying with your testimony before the ad hoc committee, can we go to page 557? And just to introduce the issue, it starts at 557, bottom thereof. Advocate Arendse stating, you mentioned that you do not know, have never met Mr. Adams. You mentioned in your statement that when he approached IDEC, he had already gone twice to the subs in Western Cape and Gauteng province to open cases. Now we know that he didn't approach IDEC. IDEC approached him. We know that now for a fact. Do you confirm?
Correct.
And then Advocate Arendse continues, and then you say somewhat miraculously these cases disappeared. Now, do you have first-hand knowledge of this, or are you just conveying information that came to your knowledge at some point? Your response at 558 reads thus: this came to my knowledge through my own investigators who had taken the Section 27 referral affidavit from Mr. Adams. Part of what he indicates is that when he received information which he alleges was pushed under his door, which is part of the affidavit, he opened cases in the Western Cape. Am I to understand that the information pushed under his door is part of the affidavit, because the version we have doesn't have any annexures?
No, it is part of what he said in the 27. He says he received documents under his door.
Also, which is part of the affidavit is the allegation that...
Is the allegation.
But did you receive those were those documents disclosed to IDEC?
They were not part of the 27, and I'm not aware that any of those documents were disclosed to IDEC.
So you never received, you're not aware of receipt?
No.
Let's stay at